A delicious New York style cheesecake. There's nothing like it. It's such a beautiful, rich dessert, and we're going to show you exactly how it's made. So the things that we're going to need are some graham crackers, unsalted butter, and a little bit of white sugar for our crust. And for the cheesecake section, we have 2.5 pounds of cream cheese, 5 eggs and 2 yolks, half a cup of sour cream, 3 tablespoons of plain flour. I'm adding about a teaspoon of vanilla bean extract, and 1.5 cups of white granulated sugar. So to get started on the base, what I'm going to do first is I've taken my springform pan, and I love this one in particular because it's really, really sturdy. And I'm also going to apply a little bit of parchment paper to it. So I'm going to apply a touch of butter to the base. Take my baking paper and just press it down. And then I'm just going to butter the side of my pan. And then snap that on and add our parchment into the center. Now I'm simply taking our graham crackers and popping them into a little Ziploc bag, and then using a rolling pin, just crushing them all up. Okay, so I'm going to measure out 1 cup, which is 4 double cookies. To that, I'm going to add our unsalted butter and our sugar. And I'm just going to combine that. You can use your hands if you prefer. And when you're done, the mixture will be still quite crumbly. It's moist, but it's not really sticky. And then all we want to do is just pop that in and press it down. And then pop it into the oven for around 8 minutes. So now that my cheesecake base is out of the oven and I've allowed it to cool for about 20 minutes, just so that it's no longer warm to the touch, we're ready to get started with our cheesecake. So I'm going to start by adding in our cream cheese. To that, I'm going to add our white granulated sugar, and I'm going to pop in about a teaspoon of vanilla bean. And I'm just going to beat this gently, starting on low and then up to medium, just for a couple of minutes. Now it's really key during this step that you've had your cream cheese at room temperature so that you don't get any lumps in it during this stage. And you just want to stir it halfway through that time, just to make sure that you're getting all of it off the sides. Now we're going to pop in a little bit of flour and give it a bit more of a stir. And while it's at a nice low speed, I'm gently going to add 1 egg at a time. Now with all those eggs in there, it's actually gotten quite runny. You want to go ahead and give it a good stir, and then we're going to add some of our light sour cream. And there you go, we have our beautiful cheesecake batter. And now we're just going to pour it into the base. And you just want to go about maybe 1/2 inch off the top. So there might be a couple of little bits left, but that's a perfect height. And lastly, we're just going to protect all of this with a layer of foil to keep the water out. once it's all protected, we're going to cook it in a nice hot water bath, which means adding water up until about halfway up our cheesecake pan. Then we're going to bake it for 45 minutes, cover it over, and then give it another 45 minutes. Once you've got your cheesecake out of the oven, you want to go ahead and just leave it in its hot water bath for about another 15 minutes or so, and then remove it, let it cool, and then you can pop it into the fridge. Now that it's nice and chilled, we can take off the outside, just gently releasing your springform pan. And then we can go ahead and unpeel the sides. And there you have it, guys. This is such a simple recipe for a New York cheesecake, but it is absolutely delicious and it's a big time favorite in our house. Please subscribe to our channel, and if there's anything else that you'd love to see us whip up in the kitchen, leave some comments below.